The brochure stated, "A holiday in Spain at a luxury villa for two." But there had been no mention of the visitor who wished to share the couple's food and accommodation, and he certainly wasn't there for sun and relaxation. It was September 1980 when Daniel and Isabel arrived at the villa in their open-top MG sports car. By now it was late evening, completely dark, and the car's headlights brushed across the white stone walls of their idyllic house in the country as their car swung into the driveway area. They had travelled a long way, and their blood-red MG had gathered a considerable layer of dust on the journey, and so had their suitcases, which were strapped to the boot rack at the back. They were clearly well-to-do, an attractive couple in their mid-40s. They eased themselves out of the small car, legs stiffened by the journey, and brushed themselves down. Daniel was easily 6'2", with a strong, athletic build and a shock of dark brown hair which he slicked back. He wore a dark velvet sports jacket, a checked shirt with a stylish cravat, and his thick trouser belt tightly wrapped around his beige chinos, which perfectly complemented his polished leather shoes. Isabel looked rather elegant in her dark blue skirt and sapphire blue open-neck blouse. Her shortish red hair was perfectly trimmed, and her eyes gleamed in the darkness. Daniel banged the bonnet of the MG with his strong hands. Outside the villa, they both stand next to their car while the crickets chirp away in the distance in the still night air. Isabel plucks a grape straight off the nearby hanging vine and takes a bite. Her lips curl down, and she involuntarily screws up her attractive face at the sour taste. She stares at the bitten grape in her hand. Daniel unlocks the villa front door, and they both walk inside. Isabel carries a lightweight straw holdall inside with her. Moving through the front door, they switch the inside lights on. They're both now standing in a large, tiled-floor kitchen with rustic tables and old-style kitchen presses and surfaces. He drones on in his strident voice, slightly questioning, as if he is quoting from the brochure as he scans around. Meanwhile, Isabel is transferring the contents of her straw bag onto a big wooden table and looking over her shoulder back at him approvingly. She appears to be enjoying her man's presentational patter. All part of the experience, the adventure. She giggles a bit, and he joins in, with a self-satisfied look on his strong-jawed face. His controlled smile makes him look handsome. Her wide grin lights up her face, and she becomes quite glamorous with her white and even teeth. And then her smile momentarily disappears and is replaced by a mock frown. He caresses her shoulders from behind. He must be about 6 inches taller than her anyway. He gets rewarded with a wide-eyed smile, a smile of class and refinement. While Isabel is still unpacking her bag, they both notice a notepad on the table. Daniel picks it up and reads out loud the handwritten message. Isabel opens the door of the fridge to put some food in from her bag. Outside the villa, emerging out of the darkness, a portly and short man appears in the lit forecourt and walks quickly and directly up to the Louvre wooden shutters at the side of the building and tampers with the latch. Inside, the now relaxed couple are walking about, arm in arm, exploring the other rooms of the property, entirely unaware of the mysterious man outside who's wandering around. As they both stroll around the inside of the villa, they seem impressed by the big central fireplace in the living room area, although Isabel points out a missing light bulb and dusty surfaces. Daniel picks up an ashtray to closely examine the cigarette stubs it contains. Isabel notices the wooden window shutters and comments that they should keep out any mosquitoes. And now they're in the bedroom with its cosy and authentic old-style solid furniture. Daniel releases his full weight and flops backwards onto the bed, making it creak a bit under the strain. His head is just about touching the wrought iron headboard, while his still-shoed feet are falling off the bottom. He stretches his arms out wide and reveals a thick and ornate gold bracelet on his left wrist. Isabel nears the side of the bed and, open-bloused, leans over Daniel, showing off her hourglass figure. And then she sits on the edge, leaning over him. She kisses him on the forehead. He strokes her cheek gently. "Would you like a blowjob?" Isabel asks. Daniel suddenly leaps up from the bed and quickly moves to the window and grabs the shutters and rattles them, nearly taking their hinges off. Standing by the shuttered window, which he's now swung open, Isabel politely responds in her polished accent as she sits on the bed. His grin widens as he stands next to the window. There is silence in the outside darkness, with just the wind whispering in the trees in a slight breeze. After his very short rest on the bed, Daniel seems to have found a new lease of energy.
Oh. Hey. Well done.
Please?
Huh.
I hope there's an arm.
Hot bath, good night's rest.
Lovely.
Jasmine,
Tobacco plant. Katana.
let me introduce you. La Pada, the great vine.
At last.
What whose fault that was?
Keys. I told you I was flustered when that policeman blew his whistle at me.
Cost us 30 miles at 7 bob a gallon.
What you complaining for? You had a nice dinner, paella Valenciana instead of a tin.
Next thing you'll be telling me it was deliberate. Portrait.
No good saying nothing more.
I see never having heard of sangria. Kitchen.
No.
Converted farmhouse circa 1920. Ernest Hemingway is said to have worked at that window. Huh.
If it's not damn.
How romantic. Oh, message for you.
Me?
Us. Welcome.
Nice touch.
Oh, I hope so with the money we're paying. We hope you will enjoy your stay. Mercedes, a local girl, comes in every morning. Or every other morning. At 10. P.S. approximately 10.
What constitutes local?
Good question.
Whacked.
Oh, tired. Drive all night, they say. Not me.
Well, we're here safe and sound, that's what matters. 3 miles to the local village. I'll believe Mercedes when we see her.
Mercedes? Spanish name?
Who knows?
Leon.
Sitting room.
You will note the central fireplace.
Noted. Valve missing.
Ring reception.
Maybe we've got too soft for do-it-yourself.
Some do-it-yourself.
It's a bit dusty.
Cleaner's stubs in the ashtray. Now stop knocking. It's lovely and cool.
Back heavens, shutters. Keep the heat out. And the mosquitoes, which is more than I can say for last night's hotel. What about it?
I'll let them sting me on my finger.
Damn, I've forgotten.
Ha! You want me to tell you?
But I'll let them sting me on my finger.
Literally.
Meltome?
Mountain greenery.
Yes, of course.
Oh. 10 hours solid every night. After a nice warm bath. That'll be a novelty. What with him bathing and her washing her hair.
We should complain it's my shampoo.
16-year-old girl takes O-levels bald-headed. I can see it happening.
It's the electric prunes for breakfast I object to. Oh, and you call me unromantic.
You know me, I see a bed. I was about to yawn. Listen, you won't hear that in West Bridgeford.
Echoes of a Thousand Seashells.
Oh, don't make me laugh. Nina and Frederick, that's too easy. Shall I unpack the car?
Yes, go on. I'll make up the bed.